Alright, new character, Kakuna. Let's see what element and weapon you are. Alright. Zani, Spectral Gauntlet. Okay, okay. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Huh? We got kit killing leaks. And I'm just gonna say, I'm more interested in this kit than Zani. Mainly because Zani disappointed me. Anyway, so Kakuna is gonna be our first 5-star limited arrow support character. And you may be wondering, oh, okay, so we know Cartesia is arrow due to her sword. So Kikuna is obviously Cartesia's dedicated support, right? And to that I say, yes and no. So to start off, all of Kakuna's skill apply arrow erosion. So Guest of the Welkin will be her ideal set. Kakuna's main gimmick is she has shadow clones. These shadow clones appear at the end of her basic attack string or by using her burst. Kakuna's shadow clones are really interesting as each of them give 12% arrow damage bonus to the active character, meaning the active character will receive 24% arrow damage bonus. So the goal of Kakuna's kit is to get 2 shadow clones on the field, cast your forte to group enemies, and then burst to trigger her outro. The basic rotation for her would be intro basic attack twice, E basic attack 3 times, and then use her forte, which is her heavy attack, and then liberation. So on surface level, this very much seems like Cardafia's dedicated support. There's nothing much about this that doesn't scream it. As grouping, she gives arrow damage bonus, and her outro basically says they take 100% increased wind erosion damage for 30 seconds. Like that's kind of good. And currently no one can use this, so this is obviously entailed for a future character. But one interesting thing I would note is Kakuna's signature is kind of cracked. The first part of the signature is kind of standard, it just increases her personal damage, but it also has an additional effect where any of her attacks hit an enemy, the opponent's air resistance is reduced by 12% for 20 seconds. And you might be wondering, oh, why does that matter? So adding the debuff from her signature in tangent with the Echo set and the arrow damage bonus she gives to the team, Kakuna will end up buffing the incoming Resonator with 39% arrow damage bonus alongside a 12% arrow res shred, which is really good because it shows that Kakuna is not restricted to arrow erosion teams and can act as support in other arrow teams. In my opinion, this could potentially replace Martefi in GN teams, as it will allow you to run an attack percent 3 cost, and basically allow you to group enemies more easily with Kakuna's innate grouping. The main issue with this is that Martefi just has way more accessible options than Kakuna. Kakuna is very restricted to her and her signature to get the full value of her kit, while Martefi has access to the standard 5-star, has access to sequences that are way more accessible through the shop and other banners, and by necessity of being a 4-star is really easy to obtain and really easy to build. As of right now, it is difficult to say who is definitively better than one another, so I do recommend waiting for her release to obtain a more concrete answer. Overall, Kakuna is clearly made for future characters, and more specifically Cartesia.